I'm really excited about this conversation. I'm Yvette Nicole Brown. I have been a proud caregiver for my dad for 12 years now. We had a bit of a seismic shift in the setup of our caregiving last year when he had a fall and broke his hip and no longer walks. So that's affected me being able to have him in-house in my home with me. But he's in a great boarding care now, and we're navigating this new thing of not being together 24 hours, which has been, a lot for me. But Linda, there's a lot of different pathways as a caregiver. There's home health care, there's assisted living, there's small board and cares. How do you help people navigate what's best for them as they're finding a place for their mom or their dad or their loved one?
Yeah, good question. Because some people come to us knowing, okay, I am looking for an assisted living, or maybe they don't even know what that entails. And then some people are just like, I don't know where to start with this. What do I look for? So when anyone comes to a place for mom, we're going to have a chat with them on the phone and really go through, hey, what's going on with your mom or your dad? What do they need help with? So we can really dig in. And the reason is because we want to know where that stands, like what they really need help with. But also that way we want to find out, okay, well, where do you live? Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about budget. So we're really uncovering where they live. Do they want to stay in the area? So then once we gather that information and have that conversation, then we can say, hey, here are some options. Now, maybe, and I've had folks too, where they're kind of in between, say, independent living and assisted living. Maybe we take a tour of both or find a community that offers both and take a tour of that and see what you think of it. And then walk them through, places if it's assisted living or even a residential care home, they're going to have an assessment done by the nurse that's there. So just been talking them through, how does this work? What's out there? And then how does this work as we go step by step? If it's too overwhelming, I kind of read it. Like some people are like, okay, I want to go tour 4 places tomorrow. And then you have some people like, I said, let's just start with one and let's
It's one.
see, I'm hearing from what you're saying, it sounds like they could use assisted living. Or you said they really want to stay home, but we need help. We're there part of the time. Okay, let's talk about some home care. Where do they live?
Yeah.
What do you think they need? Oh, you want to make sure they have somebody to have lunch with every day. So that is one of the things that we do, or I should say part of the process that we do to try to figure out. And if it changes, and they say, hey, we try to just give them a few things to start with so it's not too overwhelming. And then we're going to follow up with them. So it's not like just like a one conversation and done. It's a whole follow-up process. Hey, what did you think of that? Do you want to look at something else? Do you think that was a fit? Okay, we need to shift gears and go this way. So that's really how we do it and trying to figure out just really by talking through what their needs are and then going from there.
Yeah. For me, I think there's a stigma in our mind about sending someone away. That makes us feel like that's a sign that I don't love you like I should. And I had to fight against that because I had vowed that, even though my mother, again, as I said, I originally a place for mom, I sought you out because my mom wanted to be amongst the hoi polloi. She wanted to be, in a vibrant community. So we were trying to find that for her. But I knew that when my dad was sick, that I didn't trust anyone else to have him. And I knew that no one could, again, love him like I loved him. But it got to the point where my love for him was not enough when his physical needs required more, someone with more ability than I have in the caregiving space. So for me, it probably took those 11 and a half years for me to understand that things change and bodies change and needs change. So when it was time to accept that I could not do it in my home anymore, then it shifted to the best place I can find for him that will be exactly what he needs. And then you start shifting and adjusting. And also, if you're dealing with someone with memory care issues, Alzheimer's is a progressive disease, right? So where they are at the beginning of their diagnosis and where they end up towards the end are two different places. And if the person is a vibrant, because I always joke about this too with my mom and dad. My mom, thank God, she never had Alzheimer's. If my mom had Alzheimer's, she'd be the one that's out. There's a little lady in the middle of the street talking about bingo. Can somebody come get her? That would have been my mom. She'd have been leaving the house every day and I'd have to find her. My dad is a homebody. He never was someone that was out in the world. He loved to go home, read his books. And that's exactly how his dementia manifested. He just got quieter and just read more books and was home. So that's even when you're trying to figure out where you're going to send them, that stuff needs to be a part of it. So if you have a loved one with Alzheimer's and they also leave, you have to be in a place that actually protects them so they can't just walk out into the street, right? So there's different levels. And maybe they can be in a place that allows them to leave initially, but eventually they need to be someplace that is more secure. You pick a place that they can stair step up towards their knees. Like all of this stuff, the kind of things, these are the things that you have to think about when you're trying to find a place for your mom or your dad.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, because it's
Yeah.
not uncommon where we have, and I think I talked to somebody just earlier today, like having maybe some early dementia, like maybe they're going to start assisted living, but exactly what you said, like doing this as an, it's going to progress. It is not going to just like get better when you have Alzheimer's or some type of dementia. So, okay, do they need to start an assisted living? Or, hey, let's tour memory care too, or making sure we have resources that maybe they start assisted living, but it's a community that has exactly what you said. They can step into memory care. It's secure for their safety. Yep. And that's why having those conversations, I've had families say, and I could hear like, oh my goodness, they need so much help. And they say, I just want to move into a senior apartment. I'm like, they're really not going to get the support that they need.
Yeah.
I know, it's maybe a little bit more economical and it sounds good, but you're just going to end up moving them, or there's going to be, it's just still not very safe for them because they're not going to get, they're independent. Yes, they're senior, other seniors in their activities, but if they really need more help. So it is that guidance. And do they need independent? Is it assisted? Is it memory care? Like, what is it? Is it home care? All those different avenues, and just kind of talking through, because sometimes people don't know what is assisted living? What does that mean? And what is it in what state? So
yeah. But A Place for Mom does a really great job of that, though. Like, you guys break down everything so that you fully understand. And that's why I encourage people, and I'm encouraging people even in this conversation, please start looking into it now. Even if everybody's able-bodied and independent and great, just make the call and just see what you might need. Because I promise you, when you need it, you're going to wish you had it, in your hand. You will wish that you knew a little bit more about the difference between assisted living and a boarding care and a senior home. You would want to know those things for yourself as well, because as we get older, we need to make decisions like, what do I want? I recently got married, but before I got married, I was like, well, I'm going to turn my house into a Golden Girls house and I'm going to have my friends move in. But then after that, once we're too old to live together, where am I going to go? So A Place for Mom is a good place to call and just go, hey, tell me about these things, so that even if you're trying to figure out what could be best for you in 10 or 20 years, it's just important to have the resources at hand.
It is. And I love it. I love the fact that you kind of drive home about like, look now. And like, it's free. It doesn't like, it's just free. Get the information. Like it's a free service, and just call. And you can go tour for free, and you're only doing yourself a favor.
You're not forcing us to pick one place or another. You're like, let me show you what is available, and you pick what's best for you and your family. So it's really wonderful what you do. It's really wonderful.